Alright, should be a semi-quick video. Yeah. Anyway, alright, so I'll leave a link below to this page. So, it's just the basic idea is going to do this agree-disagree thing, where, yeah, I start off with a premise, and, well, I'll play at the beginning of the video, you'll get the idea. And, yeah, sort of, kind of.
Experimental video of sorts, so this will probably be changed out eventually. But the purpose is going to be to get from some starting point philosophically, like, yes, I'm a human, you're a human, let's have a conversation about what life is.
Yeah, and the end is going to be somewhere like, oh dear, we're in horrible trouble. But anyway, the point will be to do that through a process of questions. So the first question was, do you believe in God? And it'll be agree or disagree with the fact that there's no God. And if you disagree, then you play another video about God.
Okay, so you're what's called a God bother. Huh?
Yeah, and then there'll be another one.
Alright, so we'll go to the God question in terms of the formal sense of God.
Yes, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, it doesn't matter whether you clicked A or B.
Yeah, you're going to end up there. Anyway, the point is it's just a test video, so you really don't have to. It's nothing terribly interesting. I did it fairly sloppy, and I just want to make sure I could do this thing where, you know, videos would load in the same window and it would work. And so it basically works, I just have to come up with better questions. So, yeah, the first question is going to be something like, you know, the premise question would be, there's no God, or something. It'd be agree or disagree. And then if people disagree, then I would do a series of videos about the different arguments of why there is no God until they finally agree. And then they would move on into the conversation to the next point that would be made, which would be something like free will, or evolution being metaphored as gladiator war, or something like that. So I figure there's going to be 5 or 10 or whatever, some kind of number of these fundamental premises that you use to get to this final conclusion that, oh dear, life is terribly messy and sloppy and inefficient, and we really shouldn't be doing this. It's really bad. Nasty business. So anyway, it's sort of going to be related also. I want to redo these are all blip videos on this book page. Some of my book videos are, you know, I got them somewhere, but I don't know. I don't have them labeled. So I think it'd just be easier to redo them and maybe rewrite some of this stuff I wrote and do it maybe a little better. So we'll see how that goes. So in conjunction with these two things that I will be updating and refining and whatnot, and so any participation, help, whatever, in terms of phrasing questions relevant to the meaning of life, in the sense of questions that could be stated as descriptive proclamations, let's say, like there's no God, or better yet, some statement that would be no God, i.e. no intelligent organizer or manager of the mechanics of the universe, or something like that. You always have to qualify everything. You always have to, you know, have the small print, or people will, you know, weasel around things. But you also don't want to make the point too obtuse, because that just makes it, you know, you don't want to sit there and try to placate every wacko in the universe. But anyway, yeah, so obviously it would be helpful if you come up with some good, I mean, the idea is to come up with the things that are an obstacle to understanding that we are just biological organisms, not very different from bacteria in our basic function of consumption and reproduction, that we do it with this silly psychology that possesses us with, you know, an agenda, you know, obligation to go into the world to cling, grab, procure our gratification of silly, ooh, I want to stick my dick in that, or ooh, I want to eat that, or both. Yeah, I mean, it's all just so disgusting. And yeah, so getting to that conclusion, and there's certain conclusions that are a premise to that understanding, to that recognition that you're just playing a psychic game, you're just being gamed. The whole thing is just set up to hook you, to reel you in, to oblige you, to be predictable and play your part in a silly, already decided contest, to claim victory over nothing. It's all just nonsense. Yeah, it just is. So anyway, and there's obviously facts that lead you to that conclusion. And one of the facts is, yeah, there's no God, it's unintelligent design. There's a consequence to unintelligent design, which means you have, crude forces in control of precious commodities. And that's such a great line. I wonder who said that. Anyway, so yeah, that kind of stuff. So yeah, go ahead. If you can contribute something, that would be really, really, really appreciated. It's like receiving cigarettes, almost. If somebody does a good one. Yeah, Mike sent me some cigarettes. Thanks, Mike. Well, this is a pack of cigarettes. They were actually regular Winstons, which is nice, but yeah, they're not regular anymore, actually, right? I mean, there's only two varieties of cigarettes now, these shorter ones. And they really are shorter than they used to be. Are the real ones, the long ones. But anyway, it was really nice. Probably cost them a fortune, a name brand cigarette. Anyway, but I smoked them way too, so they were gone in like 6 hours. I can't be trusted with cigarettes. It was very nice. But I don't know what I gotta do. I gotta have a plan. And plans are just so difficult. Anyway, yeah, that's probably enough. So I'm working on all kinds of things. Just haven't gotten to them all yet. It's a lot of stuff to do. So I like the idea of this idea of, though, having just a video that just keeps changing depending on.
All right, this is just a test video,
yeah,
so
that's the ending
okay,
video.
so you're not a god.
Yeah.
All right, this is just a test video, so yeah.
I'll have to put a stop button on, a pause button, just so they're easier to access and that kind of stuff. But anyway, it works. That's all I was really just trying to get it to work. And I have to organize the numbers of the videos and some text down here to show up and all that kind of stuff, but I'll work on that. And then maybe even a comment thing or something, we'll see. Anyway, just an update on that. What else needs to be updated? I don't know, but I'm working on stuff. It's just a lot of stuff to do. We're wanting to make a physics video, but I just don't know if I have it all. I don't know if I have enough that's coherent. But, my brain's been working on some more of that stuff. Been listening to some more Feynman lectures. Yeah, I'm just liking him more and more, so that's good. So I'm understanding his point of view a little better. And, but, I still don't buy the quantum mechanical perception that somehow the probability is the reality. Probability is a symptom of reality. It's not reality. Anyway, yeah. So I think that's enough. I don't think there's anything else I have to report. I've done lots of videos, of course. Yeah, I want to do more with this indexy thing here. Nobody's doing anything here. They're not adding any videos over here. And yeah, it's difficult to find stuff that really matters. But I could just index what I find to be useful websites. I just haven't gotten around doing it. But yeah, there isn't much in the world to give a damn about. Everybody's kind of full of shit, which is disappointing. But I somehow have to get connected to the bigger shit world so I can stir the shit and maybe unclog it and get it to flow to its destination, which is inevitable disbursement into the great nothing. Yeah. Need to expedite that process. yeah, that's about it. I'm so damn tired. Yeah. It's not your problem, but I mean, really, you know, I guess I got so much to do, and I just, it's like I got really old batteries or something. I'm just really struggling to find the energy for anything. But anyway, my problem. I have to work on that one. So, yeah, that's about it. And these things are nicer in here, though. It is cleaner. I thought it would do me better psychologically. It hasn't really done much for me. But it's, you know, it is nicer. Anyway, enough. Till next time. Hi. How you doing?